Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Okay, today, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Does anyone have any questions? My mind is drawing a blank. Is YongHua there in San Jose? She there? No? She there? Okay, she's coming. Okay. YongHua is one of our elders, if you will. Elders. In Buddhism, an elder is someone who has virtue, who has experience, shall we say, not to mention old age. But elder is someone who has virtue, who has been around, and in particular is well respected. So certainly, YongHua is one of those people who really deserve to be considered to be an elder. All right. So I just talked to her recently, and she had something to say. She said something is kind of interesting, so I asked her to repeat it herself. Okay, there you go. I give you YongHua.
Dạ thưa thầy, dạy con điều chi?
Master, what do you want me to talk about?
What you reported to me about the nun coming, the Oregon nun coming.
Dạ.
Do you remember now?
Dạ con nhớ. Dạ nhớ.
Very good, because I was worried for a while. I'm old, my mind can go blank, but you cannot.
Dạ. Dạ thưa, cách đây hơn 1 tháng thì có một sư cô ở Oregon, chùa Linh Sơn. Cô ấy
Linh Sơn is associated with the late Huyền Vi and the late Tịnh Hạnh. Is that a Vietnamese system?
Dạ phải.
So affiliated with Master Huyền Vi, right? And who passed away, who then left his association to his nephew, Venerable Tịnh Hạnh, whom I was with in Taiwan. And then Master Tịnh Hạnh also passed away as well. So they have a very extensive number of temples throughout the world. Europe, US, India, Taiwan, of course. Master Tịnh Hạnh is based in Taiwan. Okay. All right. Oh, I didn't know that. Lingshan. When I went to Taiwan to study language, to learn the Chinese language, and to learn about precepts, I stayed at his temple for about 6 months. He was very kind, very compassionate.
Dạ. Dạ thật ra.
Now that explains it. Go ahead.
Dạ, thật ra thì con không có quen với sư cô này, nhưng mà cô quen với 2 người. Thứ nhất là cô quen biết với sư cô Tâm Chánh, và thứ hai là sư cô quen biết với Chi. Chi là người cháu họ xa của con.
So basically, I didn't know this nun directly. I knew her because this nun knew the other Venerable Tâm Chánh and also knew my niece Chi.
Tâm Chánh, for those of you who don't know her, she has a temple in Massachusetts, right? And she's been here a couple of times to do the Chanchi, okay? And of course, thank you very much. And of course, they're not coming anymore because everyone's running scared. No one wants to go to temples anymore because everyone is afraid to catch the COVID.
Dạ, lần này thì không phải cô Tâm Chánh giới thiệu, mà là lần này là Chi, là cháu của con giới thiệu sư cô Đồng Phước.
Đồng Phước, okay. I heard of the name before.
So this time I knew the Venerable not through the Venerable Tâm Chánh, but through my niece Chi. She introduced me to Venerable Đồng Phước.
Dạ, con xin nói về Chi. Chi thì ở Cali này thì trước đây mấy năm mà Chi có người mẹ mất mà về Việt Nam không được, cho nên Chi rất là khổ sở, rất là nghĩ rằng mình bất hiếu. Nhưng mà con đã an ủi Chi và đã biểu Chi là nên thỉnh Pháp 49 ngày để giúp cho mẹ của Chi được vãng sanh.
Let me give you a little bit background about Chi. So Chi lives in California, and a few years ago, her mom passed away in Vietnam, and she couldn't go to Vietnam for the funeral. So she was so miserable, and she cried. She thought that she was unfilial. And then I learned about that, and I tell her that, you know what, you should request the 49-day Dharma, 49-day black to help your mom to go to the Pureland.
Yeah, sau khi thỉnh Pháp 49 ngày đó thì như là Chi đã được an ủi và đã thoát qua khỏi cái bệnh trầm cảm.
After she requested the 49-day blacks for her mom, she felt better, and then she overcame her depression.
Cách đây 2 tháng thì em ruột của Chi ở Việt Nam bị bệnh COVID rất là nặng. Em ấy nằm ở bệnh viện mê man trong 1 tháng trời.
2 months ago, Chi's em ruột là em trai em gái cô?
Dạ, em gái.
Chi's sister was infected with COVID. Her symptom was very severe, and then she had to stay in the hospital. She was in coma.
Thì Chi lại khóc lóc báo cho con hay, thì con cũng đâu biết làm gì, bằng cách là con nói thôi bây giờ Chi chúng ta cùng lo cái pháp dược sư cho em gái của Chi đi. Thì chắc là cô Nhẫn cũng nhớ là có ghi tên đó, em tên là Hồ Hoàng Diễm Phúc đã thỉnh pháp dược sư.
So Chi gave me a call, and then she was crying, she was worried, and then I say, you know what, I don't really know what else to do, but how about we request a medicine master black for your sister, and then that's how we contact the temple, and I told Venerable Xianren their name, so we put up the black for her sister Hồ Hoàng Diễm Phúc.
Thì cả gia đình Chi ở Việt Nam thì là cũng nghĩ rằng em gái đó sẽ mất. Nhưng mà con nói Chi, mình đã thỉnh cái pháp này, mình phải tin tưởng. Rồi mỗi ngày nên trì thêm chú dược sư để cùng phụ lực với thầy để mà giúp cho em.
So Chi's family, the whole family, all think that maybe this sister cannot make it, maybe she will pass away soon. But I comfort Chi, said that now we already requested the medicine master black. You need to have faith, put faith in the Dharma. And then at the same time, you can recite medicine master mantra for your sister to help her too.
Dạ, không ngờ là chỉ trong 3 tuần lễ sau thì em của Chi, 2 tuần sau thì em của Chi tỉnh lại, rồi có thể mà dùng cái FaceTime đó để mà liên lạc với gia đình, và đồng thời cũng là bắt đầu thích muốn ăn món này món kia, thành ra cái sức khỏe nó rất là mau phục hồi.
And soon after that, within 2 weeks, the sister get out of coma, and then she was be able to contact with the family through FaceTime, and then she start eating normal. She want to eat this food and that food, and then because of that, her health recover very quick.
Vì vậy bây giờ thì cô em gái đó, cô Diễm Phúc đó đã được trở về nhà và sống cuộc đời bình thường như những người khỏe mạnh khác.
And now this sister Diễm Phúc already get home and then live a normal life with everybody else.
Vì thế cho nên Chi rất là biết ơn thầy, cho nên là Chi cũng vào tháng 10 sẽ xin phép đến chùa Kim Lâm để gặp thầy và tạ ơn thầy.
Because of that, she is very grateful to Master, and then she asked for permission to come to go first in October to see Master and express her gratitude.
Và cũng vì cái sự mầu nhiệm đó mà Chi thì quen biết với sư cô Đồng Phước, thì thấy cái cảnh tình của sư cô Đồng Phước bây giờ cả nhà 10 người, từ già cho tới trẻ, cho tới thậm chí mấy đứa bé mới có 2 tuổi, cả nhà 10 người đều bị Covid hết. Cho nên là Chi mới giới thiệu cô Đồng Phước liên lạc với Diệu Nga.
And she knew Venerable Dòng Phước, and then she learned that the whole family of Venerable Dòng Phước in Vietnam, 10 people, everybody was infected with COVID, from the old people to the young one, 2 years old. They all infected with COVID. And then she, because of her experience, so she introduced Venerable Dòng Phước to talk to Diệu Nga.
Thì trường hợp của sư cô Đồng Phước này thì cô rất là bị cái mặc cảm, là cô đã làm cho người chị của cô bị bệnh nặng, và cho nên là phải nhập viện để điều trị. Bởi vì chị của cô thường nhận tiền của sư cô Đồng Phước gửi về Việt Nam để rồi mua thức ăn rồi đi phân phát cho những nơi mà bị phong tỏa, bị dịch, để giúp đỡ cho người ta.
Venerable Dòng Phước, she usually send the money to Vietnam, and then the sister will use that money to do charity, to buy food and give it out to people who were in quarantine and whatever. So because of that, the sister was infected with COVID, and Venerable Dòng Phước feel very guilty. She knows that she was the cause that make the sister to be infected with COVID, and then the sister also spread it out to the whole family.
Cô chị này đã có rất là nhiều bệnh sẵn ở trong, ví dụ bệnh về gan, về thận, về đủ thứ ở trong hết, cho nên là không có nghĩ rằng người chị sẽ qua khỏi được, mà đã vậy người chị còn về lây cho hết cả nhà, thành ra 10 người trong nhà đều bị bệnh Covid hết.
This sister already have a lot of existing condition. For example, the illness with her liver, with her kidney, and all kind of other illnesses. So when this sister was infected with COVID, the family thought that she cannot make it, she will die. And then on top of it, she infected for the whole family, 10 members.
Khi mà Chi giới thiệu sư cô Đồng Phước với Diệu Nga, thì Diệu Nga cũng khuyên cô là nên tin tưởng ở thầy, bởi vì thầy về cái bệnh Covid này thầy giúp đỡ rất là hiệu nghiệm, cho nên mình thỉnh cái pháp dược sư cho tất cả 10 thành viên ở nhà, và với lòng tin tưởng thì có thể là gia đình sẽ được cứu giúp.
So when Venerable Dong Phước talked to YongHua, and then I advised her that you should believe in Master. Master has been helping people with COVID, and his Dharma is very effective. So now you need to put all of your faith in him, and with the medicine Master Black, maybe we can help the family member.
Và một thời gian vài tuần sau, có thể là 2 tuần sau, thì những người ở trong nhà, 9 người ở trong gia đình mà cách ly tại chỗ đó, thì họ đều qua khỏi bệnh hết. Họ có thử là âm tính. Còn cô, người chị á, thì ở trong cái chỗ mà tập trung để trị bệnh đó, ở trung tâm đó, thì người chị cũng khỏi có phải là nằm để mà dùng máy thở.
So soon after that, after 2 weeks, all 9 members in the family who were quarantined in the house, they all tested negative. And then the sister, the one that got the severe condition, she was hospitalized and stay in the medical center. She herself also recovered, and she didn't have to use the oxygen machine.
Và cho cái tin mới nhất đó thì cách đây khoảng 2 tuần thì người chị cũng đã hoàn toàn bình phục và thử lại thì âm tính. Cho nên là sư cô Đồng Phước rất là ngạc nhiên và đồng thời cũng rất là biết ơn thầy.
And the latest news I got is 2 weeks ago that they told me that the sister already fully recovered, and then she was tested negative. So Venerable Dong Phước was so happy, so surprised, and then she want to come to visit Master to express her gratitude.
Vì thế cho nên Chi mới hẹn với sư cô Đồng Phước là vào tháng 10 này thì sẽ đến chùa Kim Lâm để xin gặp thầy, tạ ơn thầy. Khi mà sư cô Đồng Phước định như vậy á, thì có 5 vị Phật tử họ nghe cái tin này họ cũng rất là phấn khởi, cho nên họ cũng xin đi theo để được gặp thầy.
So Ji and Venerable Dong Phước was planned to come to visit Master in October to express their gratitude, and then 5 lay people at the temple, they heard about the story, and then they also want to tag along to come to Go Forest to visit Master.
Dạ, thưa như vậy là cái phái đoàn ở chùa Linh Sơn, Oregon đã mua vé máy bay cho 6 người, và Chi thì ở Nam Cali cũng sẽ lái xe lên đây. Tất cả chỉ mong được gặp thầy. A Di Đà Phật, con xin hết.
So there will be a group of 6 people from Lingshan Temple in Oregon. They already purchased the ticket. They will go to visit Master. And then Chi from Southern California will drive up there to meet Master at Go Forest. Thank you.
Wow, thank you for the report. How wonderful. I wasn't clear about the details, as YongHua never tells me things at all. She just gave me summaries, never gave me the kind of details I gave you today. So thank you for a very detailed report. We appreciate it. Okay. Now, so this is wonderful. Before I forget, it just gave me inspiration. If I get a temple in San Francisco, we name it Linshan. Linshan is a Lingshan, meaning magic mountain. Master Xinhua's first temple is Gold Mountain in San Francisco, Chinatown. So ours, my first temple in San Francisco will be called Magic Mountain to denote our Southern California connection to Disney. I mean the Six Flags. I'm surprised that they don't tell me about anything. They just tell some people have COVID and they have difficulty breathing, and please help. That's it. And so they decided what to do with that, and I had no clues at all. Okay, so I'm surprised too when I heard of it yesterday or the day before yesterday, because that's amazing that they have such recovery. So it dates back. And anyone has any questions for YongHua, our elder in Gold Forest? Elder usually also means you are around 65 or older. YongHua is way more qualified than that. And also, she has kung fu as well. You can tell, the way she talks, very calm, very steady, as if she's enlightened already, huh? You want to ask her any question, huh, Ah Hong? Are you enlightened? Don't ask her that. That's not polite. Number 4.
No, I would like to say Shantai, Shantai. Just namaste, namaste.
Namaste, namaste. Yes, number 6.
Master, I have a question. There was an earthquake on a couple of days ago. Is that something related to somebody probably being enlightened?
Probably related to somebody being robbed in San Jose. I was working and discussing this temple things, and then there's a frantic call from someone. He says, "Master, San Jose is being robbed." I say what? And when I heard that, I said, it sounds like Blue Mountain Temple is being robbed. So I said, call the police. What do you call me for? I can't help you. And then it turns out it's the San Jose is being robbed. And I was there. It turns out just a Zoom prank. Zoom prank. And then one of my nuns, half an hour later, when we checked out, everything was fine. She texted me, she said, "Did you know I'm so traumatized by this?" And I said, "Wait a minute." I told myself, "I'm being robbed and you're traumatized?" What's going on in this world? Anyway, sorry, I got distraction. So we're happy that they got better, and it's a magical, really. So that's why the name Magic Mountain. If we get a temple up there, okay, it's unanimous. We agree, huh? Magic Mountain, Lingshan. Anyone else has a question for? So someone got enlightened? I have no clues. It's in Carson. I doubt that anyone in Carson would be enlightened. Okay? Enlightened people would not stay in Carson. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yes, Ruler has a question here. Number 9.
Dạ thưa thầy, con có cái câu hỏi này, con hay thắc mắc, con muốn hỏi thầy vấn đề. Thí dụ như những người mà mình thỉnh cái bài vị giảng sanh á, thì người nhà con có một người em thì họ có cái vẻ là không có hiểu về giảng sanh, cho nên họ nói với vợ là khỏi thì thỉnh thầy đến tụng kinh và giảng sanh. Rồi cho nên vợ nói với con là kêu con đừng có làm gì hết, đừng có mà con thì cái tâm con muốn thỉnh, cho nên con đã thỉnh giảng sanh, mà con thắc mắc không biết họ có giận không và họ có được đi không trường hợp đó. Câu hỏi thứ nhất. Câu hỏi thứ hai là trong lúc mà ở nhà hoàng sắp đem đi thiêu thì đi hỏa táng, thì người con gái của cái người mất, tức là cháu con nó cứ đến vịnh tay của người cha và vịnh tay người ngực ở trên ngực đồ, mà cứ khóc, cứ kêu ba nhớ trở về, cứ kêu người cha hãy nhớ trở về. Thì cổ cũng thương người cha đó lắm, thì cho nên cứ khóc như vậy, thì người đó có thể đi được giảng sanh hay không? Có ảnh hưởng tới cái người mất không? Dạ, con có 2 câu hỏi đó. Xin thầy giải đáp cho con.
Okay, this is a good question, and the first question is very good. Is that what if they don't believe and they said, "Don't do anything. I don't believe in a mumbo jumbo rebirth thing. I'm, for example, I'm not Buddhist. I'm atheist. I'm Republican. I mean, I am Democrat." Doesn't matter, okay? I am Russian. So don't do anything. Don't you dare, okay? And if can we go against the wishes? My attitude is absolutely go against the wishes, because they don't know any better. When they're alive, there's no point talking to them. But after they're dead, they are very open-minded, because once you die, things are very bad for you, for most of you. Brace yourself for that. It's very, very tough for you. So that's why after you die, you go into something called 49, during the 49-day period there, after your time of death, you will become a ghost. It's in Buddhism, it's called the intermediate skandha body. So in that state there, you remain there for around 49 days, according to the Buddha's teachings. And during that period, it's very scary for you. You're hungry, you're thirsty, and all those things. That's why it's a very good thing for the family members to go to the temple and get some help from the temple, so that the deceased can be fed, can have food and drinks to consume, and in particular have protection. Okay? So when they're alive, it doesn't matter. They say, I'm the king, I am the emperor, I don't care. I'm the most powerful person on earth. So why do I need help from anyone here, from you, especially bald-headed people who come to my palaces for offerings and for food, and you need my support for your cultivation. So why do you're the one who need my help. I don't need yours. But it turns out after you're dead, you will be in dire needs. It doesn't matter who you are. So that time is very, very difficult for you. And that's why most of you will fall. Because during that 49 days, even if you pass away peaceful and happy, during the 49 days, you are extremely vulnerable to your past creditors. And they will come and get you, because it's their desire, especially the ones who are able to pull you down, to fall to the lower realms. Those are the ones who will wait. They don't do anything right now. They wait until you're dead, then they come and harass you and pull you down. Okay, and it is very dangerous. It's because these are your past creditors that will want nothing but make you fall to a lower realm so that you really, really suffer. Okay, so that's why even though they don't believe right now, but after they're dead, they are very open-minded, if you will. If you come, you're able, what we can do, the Buddhists can do, is we go over and give them protection, give them food, give them drinks, and therefore comfort them, alleviate the fears, and that's why they're a lot more open-minded, a lot more receptive to the help. Okay, just like, I don't know, you remember any of you was a refugee from Vietnam years ago? Okay, boat people, refugee people. When you came here to the U.S., you didn't have any money. You didn't know anyone. Okay, and so a lot of churches gave you help, gave a lot of these refugees help. And they're very generous of the churches and the Catholics and Christians here. And as a result, they're a lot more receptive. These refugees were a lot more receptive to Catholicism, to the believe in God and Jesus, and that's how it works. Okay, many of them switch from Buddhism to Catholicism and so forth, and they will go to church because they're grateful for that. The same thing. We don't do that because we don't care if you go to church or whatever. What all that matters to us is you don't fall. That's the main thing. So that's why you can do anything you want while you're alive right now. There's no point in talking to you. You're too smart. You are scientists. You are a senator. You are Mr. T's relatives and so forth. Okay, so you don't need us right now. So there's no point in talking to you. But after you dead, that's when you really need our help. Okay, that's when we can be a lot more helpful. Okay, so in the case where someone who doesn't believe, like the person in the first question, after they're dead, for those people, actually it turns out those people are actually easier to convince because they'll be shocked. The more full themselves they are, after they're dead, it's a lot easier because they are not as strong, as powerful, as self-sufficient as they think. They really need our help after they're dead. Okay. So definitely, when even if they don't believe, if you believe, you can request for help, and we'll help. And when we do help, in the past we have a track record of helping these people already. So they're helpful, that they receive protection, receive help, and so forth. And then they presented with the options of going to the heavens with the gods, okay? Whether it's Christian God or Hindu God. We present them with those options. We don't force them to go anywhere against their wishes. And the ones we helped in the past who were atheists, who are alive, they all chose to go to the Pureland. It's their choice now. They chose to go. We didn't force them at all. Okay? So this rebirth thing here, Dharma here, is about giving them more choices to go. And it's up to them to decide. But they will not fall. Okay? So absolutely. If you believe that's good enough, they will appreciate it and will be very grateful to you once they make it, whether it's to the heavens or to the Pureland or so forth. In their psyche, the consciousness, they know they owe you. They have to come back and help you and pay you back. Okay? So question number 1, if you believe, absolutely, give them help. Because in Buddhism, at least from my side, we don't force them to do anything. It's up to them to decide where to go. So our rebirth Dharma is just gives them more alternatives for where they can go next. Okay? And second question, I forgot about second question.
Dạ, đứa con gái của cái người mất này khi mà ở nhà hoàng cho người ta đến viếng lần cuối để đi hỏa táng.
Oh yeah, she cried. She said, don't go, right? So can he go? Same rationale. You can be very attached to her. To the deceased can be attached to his daughter, and the daughter is very attached to the father, and so forth. But if the father has a chance to go to the Pureland, he'll have to make a choice. So yes, there is a possibility that he may choose to come back instead of going to the Pureland against our advices. Okay, and that's up to him. There's not much we can do. Actually, there's something we can do. If you insist that he should not come back, we can arrange for that too. Okay? But our automatic thinking, our automatic approach is that we don't force anyone. However, if you believe, because in some cases, for example, in that case, there's a possibility that he's so attached to the daughter that he said, I don't care for myself. I will go back here so that I can take care of my daughter. She needs me, okay? And he'll probably reincarnate as his daughter's son. So who needs who? Anyway, so the point here is that he might come back. That's a possibility that he might come back, okay? And if that's the case, and now you do have, since we don't force him, but you can force him. You understand? There's a subtlety here. We don't force them because that's not what we do. We don't force anyone to do anything against their wishes, but you can force him. If you have more wisdom than he, and you say, this is the best thing for you, don't be stupid, don't come back, then we can persuade him. We don't do persuasion. It's not my business to persuade people. Okay? But you can ask me to persuade him. You understand? Okay? This woman didn't even hesitate. He said, go ahead, persuade. Okay, we'll persuade. How much more time does he have? How much longer?
Ông mất ngày 20 tháng 8.
Oh no, it's too late to persuade now. For this kind of late decision, you might have to bump up the price a little bit.
Tại vì con hay lo ngại vấn đề là thấy đứa con gái cứ đến vuốt tay, vuốt ngực của bố mà khóc kêu bố nhớ trở về. Con lo nhất cái câu cổ nữa là bố nhớ trở về nhà.
Yeah, and that's why you guys, when you request a 49 dating, I'm telling you right now, you better tell us, warn us, I said, make sure he goes. If you don't say anything, I can't ask you to do that either. You understand? You have to tell us what to do. You say, help him the 49 day. Okay, I will do the 49 day. And then you also have, make sure he goes. That's different. Okay? You understand now? Now I'm telling you. Unless you ask me, I'm not going to tell you. None of my business. You see, the Buddhist thing, we do the 49 days. That's all we do. Okay? But if you decide that, your decision that you want to be more forceful, we can convince him. Of course, yeah. But we don't unless requested. Okay? Oops. So many people forgot to say that. Okay? So, you wanted to persuade? You better come to the temple and cook for next year. Okay, just because, I know you, so no price increase. Yes, number 3.
Thank you, Master. I have a question about the after we die,
After you die.
yeah, people die. All people kind of, it doesn't matter of any religion or they are samadhi level or they got a pollution. They have to meet the King Yama.
If you're below 4th stage Arhat, you have to meet King Yama. Anyone. So King Yama has jurisdiction over you. Until you reach 4th stage Arhat or higher, then you don't need to meet him anymore. You can go where you want. Okay? Yes, go ahead.
How about the people who is going to the Pureland? That person also have to meet the King Yama, or they're gonna skip the meeting the King Yama?
They most of them need to get to meet excuse me, King Yama. See, I'm get so emotional. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Master.
Yeah, King Yama is a judge who says you should go to the Pureland. It's a good place. And then the person agrees, and that's when the Buddha comes. Okay. All right. Anyone else has a question?
Vô vi Niết Bàn á, giải thích giùm. Cái câu đó là vô vi Niết Bàn ở trong kinh Kiên Can đó.
What's the Chinese of that? Yeah. Ngũ Huệ Niết Bàn. Ngũ Huệ Niết Bàn. Dấu Yu Niết Bàn. I don't remember hearing the word Dấu Huệ Niết Bàn. There's only Dấu Yu Niết Bàn. Okay, and then Ngũ Yu Niết Bàn. Vô dư Niết Bàn. Không phải là vô vi Niết Bàn. Không có cái nào tên là vô vi Niết Bàn hết. As far as I know. Okay. So what is it? You understand? It's a 有余涅槃. It's the nirvana with residues, and the other nirvana is without residues. So 无余涅槃. Buddhist dictionary, am I correct? Yes? So his question is wrong. I don't have to answer that, do I? He asked about Wu Wei Niết-bàn, and the answer is no such thing as Wu Wei Niết-bàn. Không có cái Niết Bàn là tên là vô vi Niết Bàn hết đó. Có cái vô dư Niết Bàn thì có, không có là vô vi Niết Bàn. Thành ra thầy không biết cái vô vi Niết Bàn là cái gì hết đó. So my answer is I don't know what is the Wu Wei Niết-bàn. I never heard of it before. I only know about Wu Yu Niết-bàn, the Nirvana without residues. Okay, there's such a thing, but nothing that called the unconditioned nirvana. All right. All right. So go back and check your sutra. There's no such a thing as Wu Wei Niết-bàn. Về coi lại kinh Kim Cang thì không có cái nào gọi là vô vi Niết Bàn. Chỉ có hữu dư với là vô dư Niết Bàn thôi. All right, so I gave you the answer in Vietnamese. I just told you. That is, go back and check the Nirvana, the Vajra Sutra. There's no such a thing as the unconditioned Nirvana or the Nirvana without residues. I mean, the unconditioned Nirvana is only the Nirvana with residues, and if you're not, the Nirvana without residues. Okay, that's all. Anyone else? We're very good. When you ask me questions, you make sure, especially from textbooks and sutras, make sure you quote the sutra and quote it properly. Okay. Most people, they ask these questions. They ask questions very vague, and they're incorrectly posed. All right. But in general, the nirvana has two kinds. But the two kinds you should know about. You should know about. The nirvana with residues, that the nirvana that the fourth stage Arahata Pratyeka Buddhas will be able to enter. Okay, so that's with residues. Okay, meaning that they still have issues. Residues is they still have things that are undesirable. You still can enter nirvana and be happy and safe. And there is a nirvana without residues. That's the nirvana for the bodhisattvas, where you are free and clear. Right? You are completely emancipated, and that's a much better nirvana to enter. However, in Mahayana, we don't enter nirvana at all. We don't enter nirvana. We're too busy to enter nirvana. After you become enlightened, it's going to get a hell of a lot busier, I assure you. Okay? Only losers would enter nirvana, because the real enlightened people, they're too busy working. They don't enter nirvana. Okay, nirvana is just not a good place to enter. Okay, for enlightened people, when you're not enlightened, you say, "I want to enter nirvana," but after you become enlightened, you say, "Nirvana? It's like a ghetto for enlightened people." It's such an undesirable place. Why would you enter nirvana? Okay? There's so many great things in the world right now, in the Saha world. There's so much suffering. Why would we enter nirvana? Because when you face suffering, that's when you increase your wisdom. If you're afraid to face suffering, then you will not increase your wisdom. Okay? So the Pure Land is a place where people who are not strong enough should go. Who are those people? People who are afraid to die. Anyone? Okay? I'm weak because I'm afraid to die. Just 4 of us are afraid to die. The rest of you can go, the rest of you don't need to go to the Pure Land. I don't recommend you go to the Pure Land. You're not afraid to die. Okay? I'm afraid to die. That's why I want to go to the Pure Land. Because when you go to the Pure Land, you don't die anymore. You become a Buddha. But once you go to the Pure Land, even before you become a Buddha, you conquer your fear of death. Then, you don't need to stay there anymore. You can stay there, but now you can roam around as you please. Okay? Similar concept. If you no longer have fears, you conquer those fears, you can go anywhere you please. You don't need to stay in the Pure Land. You stay in the Pure Land when you have nothing to do. But you have things to do, you get out of Pure Land and go do the work. And then when you're done, come back to the Pure Land. That's what Master YongHua did. He came from the Pure Land. He has no fear. He's not afraid to die. That's why he saved so many people, so that he dies sooner. Okay? And then after he's dead, he went back to the Pure Land. Don't believe his stupid disciples said he's back here. Baloney. He's in the Pure Land. He better things to do than staying here. Okay? Unless there's some things to do here, there's no point in staying here. Is that clear? So it's a good rule of thumb. If you're afraid to die, you better go to the Pure Land. Because it's a lot of suffering here. You have no control over your life. You can die of cancer anytime. Okay? The Ling-chan people there, those people, I'm amazed they got relief so quickly. You know why? It's because they have blessings with us, with our particular medicine master, Buddha Dharma. Otherwise, it doesn't work like that. Especially for a person with pre-existing conditions who's on these oxygen machines, they're gonna die. I mean, they're not. It's not that likely they'll survive, and yet they survived. It's because of the prior blessings. Okay, yeah. So that's why we Buddhists, we work. We keep ourselves busy in order to create blessings, because those will come handy when we need it. Okay? Including after you become enlightened, you will need blessings too. And that's why in Mahayana we work. We work and work and work and work, like Master YongHua. When he came to our world, he worked his entire life. Didn't rest. Didn't take vacations. He's the only one I know who never took vacations. His entire life, he never went on vacation. Can you imagine? Okay, that's a real bodhisattva right there. Too busy. Too busy to take a break. There's a chance here to do good and help others and plant blessings. Pay people back, okay? Create more blessings. Okay? Who has time to enter the nirvana? Seriously. Because that's why the people who are confused are impressed by nirvana. But the bodhisattva like Master YongHua, they don't enter nirvana. They don't want to enter nirvana at all. I can speak for him. I tell you that. Yes, is there a question?
Yes, Master. A while ago, I had a talk with my mom about Master YongHua, and I told her about all the miracles Master YongHua did and all the peoples that he helped cured. My mom went ahead and did her own research about Master YongHua and find out that he was very sick closer to the end of his life. So my mom decided that Master YongHua is not believable because he cannot even help himself. So I sort of left the conversation at that. I did not try to persuade my mom any further, but I do wonder if there's anything different that I could have done for my mom.
Send her to the Pureland. Let her die, and we'll persuade her. Why fight with her now? Let her be. Let her be herself. Let her believe whatever she wants to believe. But make sure you check the box, persuasion. Please persuade. She's a non-believer. Please make sure to persuade her. Okay? And then you have the last laugh. Thank you, everyone.